All right, fifth grade, this is going to be for our very first social studies lesson about geography. Today we're going to talk a little bit about absolute and relative location. So just think to yourself, do those words sound familiar at all? Have you never heard them before? What do they make you think of? Here we go. So what I want you to start off doing is describing the location of your seat. Where you're sitting right now in your learning space. Where is that? Can you describe to me where you're sitting? Is it near a door? Is it near a window? Is it near any particular furniture? So these are all examples of relative location. They're examples of relative location because they aren't exact. They aren't super specific. They tell me generally where you are, but they don't tell me exactly where you are. So think to yourself how you can describe the location of your seat even more specifically. So while I might be able to find you in that seat based on the directions you gave me before, think of a more exact way that could get anybody to where you're sitting. For example, could you measure the distance from your seat to a wall, or from your seat to the kitchen table, or to a piece of furniture, or to a window? Can you measure something? So now I want you to describe where you live in two different ways. So I want you to start by telling me what your home is near. Is your home near the McDonald's? Is it near the Taco Bell? Is it near the hospital? Is it near another school? Tell me what your home is around. What's it nearby? The second way that I want you to describe where you live is by telling me your address. So this example is a little more specific. Which one do you think is going to get me to your house faster or easier? If you're giving me directions based on what your home is near, odds are it would be pretty easy for me to get lost. But if you gave me the exact address, I could probably find my way without ending up at the wrong house. So think to yourself really fast, what is this a picture of? I hope you said that this is a globe. Next question, what is a globe? So I would say that a globe is a spherical model of Earth, meaning that not only is it round, but it's a three-dimensional circle. So it's a spherical model of Earth. What are a few differences between globes and maps? Something that I notice right off the bat is that globes are round. Like I said before, they're three-dimensional. Maps are normally flat. So now you're looking at a satellite photograph of our actual planet Earth. What are some differences or some similarities that you notice between these two images? One similarity that I notice is that they both have the same shape, and they also have a lot of the same shapes inside of them. For example, I can see a little bit of Africa there. I can see Madagascar. I can see India, a couple countries on there. So all of the countries, the shapes on top of Earth are all the same, and the fact that it's a sphere. One difference that I notice is that Earth is actually a whole lot larger than our little sphere that I could keep in the classroom, our little globe that I could keep in the classroom. So what I want you to do now is go find yourself a blank piece of paper and draw a learning space as it's described below. So I'm showing a rectangle. I want you to draw that on your piece of paper. Go ahead and pause the video so that you can get ready. All right, ready to go. So you should have a rectangle on your paper, and you should probably notate, put the word front on one end of there just so you know which way, which direction your learning space is facing. So I'm going to describe to you what is in this learning space, and based on my general description, I want you to draw this learning space as accurately as you can. All right, here we go. So near the front bottom corner, there's a trash can. Near the back top corner is a desk. There's a chair at the top above the trash, but it's a little bit to the right. It's not directly above the trash can. You got to move it a little to the right. And then there's another chair in between the trash can and the desk. So in between those two spaces, in between those two items, I mean. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, pause the video while you're drawing, and then when you're all done, go ahead and restart the video, and we're going to take a look at what I hope your product looks like. So, don't be embarrassed if your drawing looks absolutely nothing like this, because we were using relative location to draw our picture. So I just had to give you a general idea of where it could have kind of been. So your items could have been generally in the right spot, but think to yourself, are they in exactly the right spot? Maybe you got one in exactly the right spot, or even two, or even three, but are all four of them in exactly the same spot? Probably not. So we're going to try this again, but instead of using a blank piece of paper, we're going to draw a grid and number it across the top, number each line, and down the side, I want you to write numbers, just like it's written, just like it's shown on the page that you're looking at. So go ahead and pause the video and draw this for yourself. All right, if you clicked play again, I hope you are ready to go. So we're going to try this again, and instead of me just giving you a general idea, you are going to use your graph to chart all of these items. So you're going to go down to the number E and across 1, 2, 3 times. That's our space E3, and that's where I want you to put the trash can. The desk is going to be located at B, so you're going to go to the letter B and across 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to the number 9. So our desk is located at B9. There's a chair at B4. So you're going to go down to the letter B and across 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. There's a chair at B4. And the last one is our other chair, which is at D7. So down to the number D, goofy, to the letter D and across 7 spaces to D7. Pause while you're drawing, and when you're ready, click play. And here we go. Here's what our image hopefully looks like, for the most part at least. So think to yourself, which of your drawings is more accurate? Is it the first one or the second one with the grid? I hope you said that your second drawing was more accurate. If not, then congratulations, you're some kind of magical. So this example that we were looking at is an example of absolute location, because I can tell you exactly on here where our items are. So instead of saying they're kind of in the corner, you know, somewhere around the corner in the front of the room, I can tell you exactly. The trash can's not just in the corner in the front, it's at E3. That is an exact absolute location instead of being relative location. What I want you to do now is read the introduction to Geography of the United States. This is on page 3 of our textbook. And if you are more of an auditory learner, you like to listen to things instead of reading things, I included a link for you. You probably won't be able to click the link in the video right now, but I will link it either in Synergy in the assignment where you found this presentation, or I will link it in the description of the YouTube video. Thank you for hanging out. Make sure you email me if you have any questions.